Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to start another type of numerical for the transient analysis. So here as you can see in the question, so it is given as the switch is closed at t equals to 0 and steady state having previously attained. So up to this everything seems to be familiar. And what we can find here is initially the switch is open, so the circuit current is flowing through all these three components R1, R2 and L. Then whenever the switch is closed, then current will flow through only R1 and L, and R2 will get eliminated because the current will flow through the short circuit path. And as we see, the current is flowing through the circuit in the previous case, so the steady state will be already attained as mentioned in the question itself, right? So now everything is same, but what difference we have found from the previous numericals is that we have to find here the current IT. Now in the earlier cases we have determined I0 plus, we have determined di dt 0 plus, and we have also determined d2I dt2 0 plus, but it is something different. Here we don't have to identify these values, rather we have to identify the exact value of the IT itself, right? So in order to get that, we have to either remember, or there is another trick we will see how to determine IT. So let's see how it can be done by remembering. So if you can see here, the circuit on the left hand side contains resistor and inductor, that means this is a RL circuit, and the circuit to the right represents a RC network. So in this, if you determine the current IT value, so it will be coming as V by R multiplied by 1 minus e to the power R by R into T. So either you can memorize this, and then from this circuit you can get the value of VR as I into R. So in that put the value of I and you will get this value. And similarly we can get the inductor value by di dt. So that can be found out to be this. Similarly for RC network, so the after solving for the value of IT we'll be getting this, and then from the value of I we can get the value of VR and VC. So you can do it by remembering, or other way around we can use the solution to a differential equation. Now the solution to a differential equation, as you can have here, is di dt plus pi equals to q. If we have a question or a numerical in this format, then the solution of this will be it equals to q by p plus k into e to the power minus p into t. So as we know, in almost all the numericals we can attain this type of format. So from this we can easily determine the value of IT. So now let's see how we can use this trick and then determine the value in this circuit. So to start with, initially as we already do, we will be following the same way. So at t equals to 0 minus, the network is already in steady state. So if the network is already in steady state, then here we will be having a short circuit in this area. Or let me draw the circuit again. So at 0 minus, our circuit will be this, right? So here we have the voltage source, the resistance R2, the resistance R1, and the inductor is short circuit because it has attained the steady state, and the current is I0 minus, right? Now at T0 minus, the value of I0 minus will be equals to, is the ratio of voltage by resistance, so V divided by R1 plus R2, right? Now if we consider for at t equals to 0 plus, there is hardly any change, so the value will remain same. So I 0 plus will also be V divided by R1 plus R2. Okay, now moving ahead. So the when the switch is closed, now let's see what will be the corresponding changes in the circuit. So in the circuit now we will be having the voltages. So in the circuit we will be having the voltage source, and we will be having only one resistors, which is R1, and we will be having the inductor, and since the circuit attains its steady state, so we will be having a source here, and the direction will be same as your direction of I, and the value will be, as we have already determined, it is V divided by R1 plus R2, right? And this current is IT. So now let's write down the KVL equation at t greater than 0. So voltage V equals to, we have L di dt plus R I, right? So value is R1, so R1 I. So from here we can have di dt plus R1 by L I equals to V by L, right? Now this is in the format of, as we have discussed here. See, it is in the format of di dt. So di dt, this is P into I equals to Q. So here we have the value of P as R1 by L and the value of Q as V by L, right? So the solution of this, as we already know, which is given by IT equals to Q by P K into e to the power minus PT, right? So IT equals to Q by P plus K into e to the power minus PT. So if you put down the values, so Q by P will be, from this we'll be having it as V by R1 plus K into e to the power minus P is R1 by L into T, right? So next we have to determine the value of K. So how to determine the value of K? So if in this equation we put T equals to 0, now let's see what will be the value. So at T equals to 0, we will be having I0 equals to, so V by R1 remains same plus K into e to the power 0, so which will be K only. So this is V by R1 plus K, and we also know the value of I0 plus equals to V by R1 plus R2. So now we can equate these two, and we will be having V by R1 plus R2 equals to V by R1 plus K. Now solving for K, we can get the value of K as V R2 divided by R1 plus R2, which is negative. So this is the value of K. So now if we put this value in the equation, so we'll be getting the value of IT as, so IT equals to V by R1 minus the value of K, which is VR2 divided by R1 multiplied by R1 plus R2 into e to the power minus R1 by L into T, right? So if we take the voltage and R1 common, then we'll be having a simplified format. So 1 minus R2 divided by R1 plus R2 multiplied by e to the power R1 by L into T. So this is the required solution. Okay, so I hope you have understood how to solve for an equation where we have to determine the value of IT instead of I0 plus di dt and d2i dt. So using this we can solve all the other numericals, and what we have to remember is we have to remember only the solution to the differential equation. So we have to create the numerical in such a way that we determine an expression in this format, and then correspondingly we determine the solution by using the solution to this differential equation, right? And the value of k here in the equation will be determined by putting the value of I at t equals to 0. So like this we can solve various this type of other numericals. So next let me just show you one numerical and just explain that instead of solving the whole, we'll just explain it. So let's just go through the numerical. Okay, so let's consider this question. So as we can see here, the switch is moved from position 1 to 2 at t equals to 0, and we have to find the value of VCT. So here, as we already know, initially the switch is connected to point 1. So when the switch is connected to point 1, the circuit is in this format that we have 100 volt, then 5 kilo ohm, then the capacitor. So since we have capacitor connected in the first circuit, so it already attains the steady state. So the value of VC0 will be nothing but 100 volt, right? As it will be charging to the maximum voltage. So at VC0 minus, it will be 100 volt. Then similarly, whenever we are switching it on, then immediately the voltage remains same. So VC0 plus will be 100 volt, right? So now moving ahead, if we write down the KCL equation, so for writing the KCL equation, first what we have to see, we have to see the diagram. So in the diagram, as we can see here, we have a 50 volt in the circuit whenever we are connecting it to the second point, and we have 5 kilo ohm and the capacitor. So the circuit will be this. So in the circuit, if we write down the KCL equation, then it will be 1 into 10 to the power minus 6, that is the capacitance value multiplied by dVc dt, plus the remaining voltage will be Vc plus 50 divided by this 5 kilo ohm, which is 5000, equals to 0, right? So now if we simplify this, we'll be having the equation in this format: dVc dt plus 200 Vc equals to 10 to the power 4, which is in the format of, as we have discussed in the numerical, right? So if we solve this, so the solution of this will be q by p plus k into e to the power pt. So now by putting the value of q and p, correspondingly we'll get the value of q by p as minus 50, and the value of plus k into e to the power value of p is 200t, right? So now here again what we have determined it by putting the value of t equals to 0. So at t equals to 0, Vc is 100, as we have already obtained it here. At t equals to 0, Vc is 100. So the 100 is equals to this area. So here we have minus 50 plus k into e to the power 0. So this here k becomes 1. So the value of k will be coming as 100 plus 50 will be 150. So now just put the value of k in the equation as we have determined here. So the value of VCT will be minus 50 plus 150 e to the power minus 200 to t, right? So it is as simple as that. So I hope you have understood how to determine the values of current or voltage directly from the transient analysis by using the differential equation, and then just solving the differential equation we can get the values. So I hope it is beneficial for you. So this is all about the transient analysis that we have discussed so far. So just go through all the videos one by one in a proper sequence, then only you will be understanding the concepts very well. So in the next class, we will be continuing the same discussion on the transient analysis, but now we will be discussing it along with the application of Laplace transform. So before going into the next class, just refresh your ideas on the Laplace transform and whatever be the Laplace transform equations. So just go through those, which will be very much essential for the next class. So thank you for joining. Keep learning, and do like, share, and comment. So in every video, I used to put a questionnaire or a comment which contains a question. So try to solve that question immediately just after looking the video, so that you can test your understanding. Thank you.